Germany is changing the rules again in 2026 quite significantly. They affect how you pay online, how much you spend on electricity, and what rights you have as a consumer. Most of you won't notice these changes immediately. That's why in this video, I'll walk you through the most important financial and legal changes coming to Germany in 2026. Buy now, pay later. Many people in Germany regularly use pay later options when ordering online. What feels like a harmless convenience is now officially being treated as a form of credit. Under a new consumer credit directive introduced by the European Union, short-term loans of up to €200 will fall under standard consumer credit regulations. This includes popular buy now pay later models. This means that providers will be required to check your creditworthiness before approving these payments. You will also receive clearer information about costs and obligations. The goal is to prevent people from slipping into excessive debt without realizing it. For consumers, this means that by 2026, pay later options may no longer be approved automatically. This change will protect many people, but it will also come as a surprise to those who rely heavily on these payment options. Stronger rights for overdraft facilities. Overdraft facilities, known in Germany as Dispo, are another area affected by the new European Union consumer credit rules. Until now, banks were often able to terminate overdraft facilities with immediate effect. This led to some of you into serious financial stress, especially those who depend on overdrafts to manage short-term cash flow. Under the new rules, banks will no longer be allowed to cancel overdraft facilities instantly. Instead, a notice period of 2 months will apply. This gives consumers more time to adjust their finances, make alternative arrangements, or reduce their overdraft usage gradually. While this does not make overdrafts cheaper or safer, it does reduce the risk of sudden financial shocks caused by your bank's decisions. A new Schufa score. Creditworthiness plays a huge role in Germany. Whether you are renting an apartment, signing a phone contract, or applying for a loan, your Schufa score can determine whether you are approved or rejected. The credit bureau Schufa plans to introduce a new, simpler, and more transparent scoring system. The existing basic score and the 6 industry-specific scores used by banks, telecommunication providers, and retailers will be replaced by a single unified score. At the same time, consumers will gain easier access to their own data. You will be able to view your information online by creating a user account and verifying your identity. Custom duties on cheap imported goods. Ordering inexpensive products from non-EU online retailers has become extremely popular in recent years. Platforms such as Temu, Shein, and AliExpress offer prices that are often far below than those of European retailers. This will change starting from July 2026. From that point, a customs duty of €3 will be charged on every package, with a value of up to €150, which is imported from outside the EU. Currently, goods below this threshold can be imported duty-free. The new duty is intended to reduce market distortions and account for admin costs for handling large volumes of small packages. For consumers like you, this means that very cheap orders will no longer feel quite as cheap. While €3 may not sound that much, it can significantly change the final price of low-cost items. Electricity and gas price shift. Energy prices remain a major concern for households in Germany, and in 2026 will bring both relief and new costs. The German government plans to subsidize electricity grid fees with €6.5 billion in 2026, financed through the Climate and Transformation Fund. With this subsidy, a household consuming around 3,500 kilowatt hours per year could save approximately €100. On the other hand, the gas storage levy introduced in 2022 to secure gas supplies will be abolished in 2026. Currently, the levy is 0.289 cents per kilowatt hour, meaning for a household using 20,000 kilowatt hours per year would be saving nearly €58. At the same time, gas network charges are increasing in many regions. Thankfully, in many cases, the savings from abolishing the gas storage levy will offset the higher network charges. Heating with oil and gas. Rising CO2 prices will make heating with fossil fuels more expensive. For gas heating, additional costs of 1.55 cents per kilowatt hour are expected. In a poorly renovated single-family home with an annual consumption of 20,000 kilowatt hours, this can mean additional costs of several hundred euros per year. For oil heating, price increases of up to 20.7 cents per liter are projected. In homes consuming around 2,000 liters annually, this also translates into several hundred euros in extra costs. Right to repair for electronic appliances. A new EU directive establishing a right to repair is to be implemented by the end of July 2026. It applies to defective electrical appliances such as smartphones, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, and similar smaller products. Manufacturers or importers will be required to offer repairs even after the statutory 2-year warranty period has expired. Repair costs must also remain reasonable and spare parts must be made available. If a consumer chooses repair instead of replacement during the warranty period, the warranty will be extended by an additional 12 months. The goal is to extend product lifespan, conserve resources, and reduce electronic waste. However, this will also mean that the prices for such devices would increase to offset the cost from the new rules. Additionally, retailers will also be required to accept old electronic devices and clearly mark collection points with a standardized national logo. This must be implemented by July 1st, 2026. The rules also apply to e-bikes, e-scooters, and disposable electronic cigarettes. In many cases, retailers must accept returns even if no new purchase is made. Mandatory cancellation button for online contracts. Anyone ordering goods or services online will soon have a much easier time cancelling contracts. By June 19th, websites must provide an easily accessible button labeled Cancel Contract or similar wording, allowing consumers to withdraw from contracts within the 14-day cancellation period. This requirement also applies to foreign merchants if their website clearly targets German consumers. Exceptions do apply on products that do not have a statutory right of withdrawal, such as personalized items or food. Less bureaucracy for small donations. From January 2026, the threshold for donations that do not require an official receipt will increase from 300 euros to 400 euros. A bank statement will continue to be sufficient proof. Donors only need to submit documentation if requested by the tax office, but records should be kept until 1 year after receiving the tax assessment. This change around small donations might sound minor at first, but it actually highlights something much bigger about taxes in Germany. Because a lot of people here don't realize how much they're leaving on the table by not filing a tax return. Donations are just one example of many deductions that can reduce your taxable income. With less paperwork required, using these deductions has become even easier. If you've never filed a tax return here or you're not sure whether it's worth the effort, in this video, I break down how tax returns work in Germany, who should file one, and how people regularly get money back. And in this video, I share how I manage my money as an employee in Germany.